So that's dope, man. Thanks for coming and letting the people know. We appreciate that.
Anytime, brother.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's play this theme song. We know the people love it.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
All right. Are you ready?
No.
Do you want to take another dab before we do this?
No.
You ready? We could probably take a dab during, right?
Maybe.
At some point. We'll figure it out. I'm already pretty high. I've been waiting all day for those dabs. And then I got them. And then now, I wouldn't say I took too many. But I took some. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
My name is Tuksum.
Today is a special day. We have a guest here with us today.
Who is that?
His name is Simtem.
What?
He is a producer from Canada. And he hopped on a plane this morning.
Oh.
Flew to Los Angeles. Took a bus to San Diego. Put himself up in a Radisson Inn. Hooked up to their Wi-Fi. It kind of was like dropping, going in and out. So he went down to the lobby. Made sure that the Wi-Fi password was correct. It was. He asked if he could get a booster up in his room. They said that was an extra $10 charge. He said it's fine. Get the booster up in his room. The guy that brought it was kind of weird. He was like looking around and shit. Asked if he could use the bathroom, which is like, there's bathrooms everywhere. Why you got to use my bathroom? That's what Simtem said. And then he hit us up and let us know that he was ready. Called us on Skype. And now we're going to interview him.
That's a lot of shit.
That's pretty much how it went, right? Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got it.
Okay, I'm glad. So before we get into that, I was going to come out the gate and just tell everybody out there to go do acid. But I changed my mind. I think that everybody has their own path in life. You should do what you're comfortable with. And, you know, everybody has their own set of experiences. That's what makes life great, is that you get your own path. So whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, that's fine. It's whatever. But a couple months ago, there was some research that was done with LSD. There hasn't been any research since way back in the day. Remember that old black and white LSD video? Have you ever seen that?
I don't know.
Dude, we're going to have to do a fucking NHP commentary on that, because that's gold. They take some dude.
There's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah.
of them.
There was one dude that was like a painter. He was an artist and a painter from San Francisco, I think. They brought him in, had him like paint and answer all these questions and do all these exercises, and then gave him some acid in water and had him paint again. And it was like totally abstract and all crazy. Had him answer all these questions and kind of like studied the brains, like LSD's effect on the brain. Well, studies like that haven't been done forever because it's just been demonized. But a recent study took place where they got a bunch of volunteers to come in, do LSD, and do a bunch of brain scans with all of the machinery and shit that we have now that's way more advanced than our black and white cameras of the old times. So they did brain scans and found out that when you're on LSD, different parts of your brain communicate with each other that don't normally communicate with each other. And they related it to childhood innocence. That when you're a child and you see something, you use your whole brain to process what you're seeing. But then when you turn into an adult, something happens in your brain. You get accustomed to seeing all these different things, and then you only use your visual cortex when you see shit. But when you're on acid, you use your whole brain again. And it lets you like kind of look at things in a different light. And, you know, it's not like a limitless pill or anything. It doesn't let you use your whole brain, but it accesses different parts of your brain.
Yeah, so like you don't have the power of your whole brain, but your whole brain is on.
Yeah, it's like unknowingly to you, your whole brain is on and, you know, electricity's running through it and shit's doing things and sparking. So
yeah,
it's that's some revolutionary shit. You know what I mean? Because that's just going to be the beginning of a lot of testing. So I myself am an advocate for LSD, but like I said, whatever you want to do, that's fine. If I were to give my opinion, I'd say do LSD. But, you know, some people...
Well, supposedly they're like wanting to prescribe MDMA for depression and shit also.
Yeah,
so,
it was...
like, there's so many things besides LSD that they should be trying and testing, you know. They should be for first and foremost, they should be testing weed, cannabis in every form, you know, because it's the most abundant and the easiest accessible, you know. It's like there's no reason to not be doing it, but they're not doing any illegal drugs. They're not testing medical benefits for any of them because ones that already have passed have patents, like for cocaine or like, you know, the type of like numbing things that they've already taken from it and like little things, you know, so like, I don't know, it clogs it up for everybody else. And then of course they don't want illegal drugs to work for anything because then drugs couldn't be illegal anymore.
Yep.
So it's like,
and then
it's a trap. It's just, it's all a trap.
Yeah. All the legal alternatives would be obsolete. You wouldn't have to take your mood stabilizers and your antidepressants and shit anymore.
No, they would be an option instead of the only thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. People can only go with what they can afford, you know. When you had to pay thousands of dollars for prescription pills, you're just going to go to the streets and get some other shit that's going to do the same shit, you know. And, I mean, it only makes sense.
Yep. So, let's do these studies, guys. Nicely done to you people over at... Where were you? This place that did this study was... God damn it, are you serious? It doesn't
Good
say
job.
it anywhere. It's Imperial College London. And it was David Nutt, professor of neuropsychopharmacology.
Did you see the thing that I shared about Li-Fi?
I like saw it, but I didn't really. I like saw that you had posted it, but I didn't click on it. Explain it.
You need to check it out.
Yeah.
So it's the next thing that we're gonna get that is gonna. It's like it gives you 100 times the speed. So it takes it from megabits to gigabits per second.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's by light. So like it's a special type of light bulb that still works as like a regular light bulb, but transmits fucking internet or whatever, messages, whatever, through light, because light is like obviously faster than any type of like metal connection or anything else, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're using that light-borne capabilities as like a wave, like how light travels in a wave, you know, and using that to transmit their information to whatever the receiver is, like your phone or like whatever you're accessing it with.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, right. And then they showed like he had his fucking iPad hooked up with it, and then would like hold his hand over it, and the shit would freeze, and then let it go, and then it would work again. All fast, like everything's all good. So it really was the light that was doing it. He was like proving it right there in front of you. Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. I mean, like it's only common sense, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like for this shit to not be practical in use already is fucking retarded.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, and when people don't recognize that shit, that's why these places get away with it for so long. You know, it's because people are not looking to see like what the possibilities are. People are not asking the right questions or not demanding the right things. So like we're always left behind, struggling over like, you know, it's so weird, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird. People are just uninvolved. Nobody cares enough. It's so weird.
Yeah, and people, if they just think a little bit, someone thought about that and figured it out and made it happen. And like you said, it's common sense, like that you could use something and attach something to the light waves.
So think about this. Let's say we attach those bulbs to every street lamp in America, and it gives us free internet and everything, and fucking lights up the fucking streets. You know what I'm saying? And they can work at a low level, like they work at such a low frequency that you can dim the light to where your eyes won't even see the light on.
Yeah.
And it'll still be transmitted during the day. So like,
well, if it was a street light, then you'd have to be outside under the light of the street light. You couldn't just be like in your house if his hand obscured it. You know what I mean?
well, that's just like a version.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you would have it in your house too.
Mhm.
So like, you know, basically what I'm saying is like anywhere where you even need a light bulb, this shit could be transmittable. Like you could fucking put them in your headlights in your car. You could put them everywhere. Anywhere where there's a light, dude, you can have fucking Wi-Fi
in office buildings.
ablazing.
You could put them all fucking up on like in the tiles with all the fluorescent lights, and then all the computers that are in the office have internet.
Yeah, you know,
Boom.
everything.
You feed all fucking 50 computers that are in there.
So crazy, right?
That's crazy. And I'm going to take it full circle and say that I'm going to give it probably 50-50 chance that the guy that made that took acid at one point in his life. Because, you know, look at Steve Jobs. And at the Google offices, it was encouraged for people that were working on production teams to microdose. Like, for years and years. They'd just be like, just, you know, do a little bit of acid and see what happens to your
I'm
brain.
pretty sure they didn't tell all their employees to just do acid because then they would never have gotten anything done. Maybe like a select few designers and shit.
Yeah,
like
design, like some little team of designers. They would probably upon themselves,
yeah.
and it wasn't really demonized by the company if they found out. They weren't like, hey, get out.
They're
of here.
not saying Jimmy and Joseph over here in the motherfucking product room where they're actually building the hardware and shit to like drop acid before they couldn't work because they'll be building some weird shit that they ain't even working.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? I don't know.
But either way, that light guy was probably on acid.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get him
at one point for sure, you know.
Mhm.
And I mean, I don't know. It hurts, you know. It hurts when you fucking find out about technology like that. It like stings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're like, ouch, this is some bullshit. Why do we not have this? What is your fucking excuse? You know, like I want to know who's in charge of this shit. Who's, you know what I'm saying? Who's running internets around here? I want to upgrade it today.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Homie?
I'll screw the light bulb in myself.
Yeah, I don't care about your fucking fiber optics anymore. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your shit.
Yep.
I want the real shit.
It's all about Li-Fi.
Yeah, give me that stamped brick.
And
Fuck your fucking...
hopefully by next week, the whole studio will be running on Li-Fi.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We're gonna send a word out to the developers and have them, you know, sponsor the show. Give us a trial thing so we could see how it works.
Shit.
We'll run the whole episode on Li-Fi.
It'd probably be like a fucking amazing.
Yep. And whether they do it or not, I'll probably pretend they did. Are you ready to get into this interview?
Oh yeah.
We got Simtem waiting on the line. He can listen, he can hear us, but we can't hear him, so he just has heard us rambling on about Li-Fi and acid the whole time. I hope he's still here.
We'll find out.
All right. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go and see. All right. We have Simtem live on the line via high-tech government satellites. And can you hear me, my friend?
Yes, I can.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day and joining us on the show. We really appreciate it.
For sure, man. Yeah, got me. You got me.
So
coming all the way from where?
Canada, Ontario, baby. Woo!
Oh shit, got that pride as well.
Hell yeah.
That's dope, man. We
Canada,
actually
Hey.
eh?
You know what I'm talking about?
just got to throw it in there. We actually have a surprising amount of listeners in Canada. So you have
That's awesome.
you got a lot of locals tuning in,
Shout out to all
hopefully.
of them.
So
Awesome.
for people who are unfamiliar with you, you actually have a collaboration that you just did with our friend here, Joey, called
Yeah,
Fire
Black-
Emoji.
Black Stone, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's doing really well right now. I'd like to give a quick shout out to all the YouTube channels supporting the song and everything like that. especially Brutal Bass getting those views in. It's almost at like, I think 50,000 views in like just a few days. It's crazy. So big shout out to all the YouTube channels and everyone supporting it on SoundCloud as well.
Yeah,
That's dope, man. Congratulations. And it wouldn't get that support if it wasn't a good track. You know what I mean? So
for sure. People know good music when they hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, how long you're a young cat, right? You're like 20 years old.
Yeah, 20 years old, man. 20 years young.
How long have you been
good.
doing this? When did you start tinkering around?
Like about 4 years ago, probably. Yeah, about 4 years ago. I just got into dubstep. I looked up on YouTube actually, and I seen this like, I was playing Battlefield 3 at the time. And I was like, well, I love the theme song to it. Where can I find this at? So I was searching on YouTube. I heard like this dubstep remix of it. It was kind of shit, but yeah, I heard that and I was like, damn, I kind of want to know more about this genre and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And from there, I just learned about Skrillex, what he was doing very early stages before like Bangarang and everything. So it was pretty crazy. And, after that, I started like, okay, I want to do this. I want to DJ. I want to make music. You know, they go hand in hand. And, so I did my research. I found the program that works for me, which is Magix. I used the 2013 premium edition.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I just kept doing that. And eventually trap hit the scene. So once trap hit the scene, I was like, okay, I gotta make this shit. This shit's hard. Like, I don't know. I listened to Hoochie at first. Big shout out to him. And he really influenced me to start, taking music seriously. You know what I mean? Working really hard at it, getting my name out there, and, just doing shit, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's really dope to recognize, like, that's what you want to do at such a young age, you know? I wish I would have been smart enough to take it serious when I was young.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't like working a regular job, you know? I want to be creative. We're only on this earth for one life, and you gotta be creative with it. You gotta express yourself as much as possible and not slave away for a company, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not good.
I agree. I think that, not everybody is going to see that. Not everybody is smart enough to understand how little time we actually have.
Yeah.
You know,
my phone was ringing. Sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
It happens.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, shout out to you for fucking taking a chance at a young age to do it, because a lot of people
don't realize
scared.
that until they're in their 20s, like late 20s, early 30s. They're like, oh shit, I'm wasting my life away. I should probably do something I enjoy instead of something that I don't.
Yeah, because at least this way, later on, you're not going to look back and think, man, I wish I would have done that.
Yeah. And we talk about it a lot, that, life is for living. It's for experiencing shit. We actually just did an episode recently about simulation theory, and the whole point of it at the end was, whether we're in a simulation or not, enjoy it. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of shit that you could go and see and experience.
And you only got one, so I mean, to not use it wisely is right. The answer's in itself,
And
sure.
It's dope that you jumped into this, and you've been making a lot of very quick progression in just 4 years. Your name's all over the place. You have this track that I heard last night called "Make 'Em High" that has over 2.5 million plays on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on that for a little bit. I hear all these artists interviews and saying like, "Oh, I didn't expect the views. I don't know how the track got there and stuff," and I never believed them. But then I experienced it for myself. I was like, "Oh shit! How did this track get all these views?" I was like, mind blown, because I wanted it to be a big track, and sure enough, it did, and it was crazy. And I just don't know how it got all these views. I would love to find the source. You know what I mean?
Sometimes everything just kind of, the stars align and everything works out.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like you put a lot of effort into something, and then when it doesn't have the outcome you want, you kind of get a little bit like deterred, and You know, it kind of like,
Disappointed, yeah.
yeah, but then when something like that happens, you're just like, wow, what the fuck? You know, like out of nowhere, here
Exactly.
we go. Yeah,
Like,
and that's the fickle thing about like fans. You know, you'll never know what somebody likes or like what they're gonna like. You know, what you like because of like so many reasons, right? Like you like something because the amount of work you put into it, the amount of time you put into it, how much fucking detail or fucking whatever you did to it or whatever, you know, how it's like, so you have this expectation of like how you want it to be and how you want people to recognize it, but people don't listen to music for that shit. People listen to music because they like the way it sounds. People listen to music because they like the way it feels and shit, you know? So it's like, they don't give two shits about the process. And sometimes we forget that as artists, you know, and we put all this pressure on ourselves and want like these big releases and forget sometimes it's just about the music, you know, and you just fucking let it be. And it's like a crazy, I don't know, it's a hard thing to remember as an artist, that's balance. For sure. Yeah.
It's a hard balance. You gotta make it enjoyable for everybody, but you also gotta put a lot of work into it that you feel like, you know, you did something with the record and stuff. But you gotta make the record complex, you know what I mean? But you gotta make it enjoyable. It's a hard balance to make for people. Because a lot of people just like, I don't know, in the genre of EDM and stuff like that, people just want to listen to some bangers, you know what I mean? They just want to go out with their friends. They just want to, you know, chill and shit like that. And it's hard to make some like very, I would say, smart, thought-provoking music for that kind of person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's every single genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really not EDM. Like, maybe that's like, because that's what we listen to most or whatever, but no,
yeah,
it's true. It's every single genre.
Yeah, it is because
hip hop especially.
Yeah, I'm new in like the EDM and trap world, but I've been like a hip hop head my whole life, and I anytime that I would try to like write something that was thought provoking, and when I tried to get across a point, I always lost everybody like 99% of the time, unless they were also an artist, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, that's dope, that's pretty cool." But everybody else was just yeah, I don't care about that story. I just want to hear a cool hook.
I've always like tried to write my own songs, and I was thinking about singing at one point, and I was like, you know, I could sing, you know, anybody can sing, but you really don't do it, kids.
Yeah.
No, but for real though, like I tried writing at one point. I was like, this shit doesn't make any sense.
It's not easy, man.
You know, it is tough, and I give a big shout out to all the songwriters and singers out there, and you know, rappers and stuff like that. They put a lot of time and work into their craft, and like it's really hard to like once you hear your voice over a record, it's really hard to like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
you can't take yourself. Yeah, you can't take yourself out of it. Like I'm sure that you have the same problem when you produce a beat and then someone raps on it. You can't listen to it as an outsider. It's impossible for you to hear it with fresh ears because you're always
there's so many common misconceptions about like, oh, because it seems easy that it's easily done. Motherfuckers could not do what we do. I dare you to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you think you're good enough, do it. Put it on a record, put it out there for people to judge you, and let's see what they say. You know what I'm saying? Because that's that's when you're most vulnerable, you know? Like when you make a piece of art like that and you put it out there, the whole world judges you, you know? So how much you put into your craft really is ultimately what you're getting judged on, you know? If you fucking half-ass everything, people are going to be able to tell, you know? But as far as like, I agree. As far as like especially rap is the biggest genre on planet Earth, and everybody who enjoys the art thinks they can do it too.
Yeah,
and that's the most attractive thing about it is like because it seems so easy. Everybody talks, everybody writes, everybody reads, everybody can fucking think that they could form some lyrics or whatever. So everybody assumes that it's going to be easy. People don't see like the time it actually takes or to be a producer as well, you know? So it's like, write a song,
Yeah, anybody can write a bad song.
Yeah.
Anybody can make a
let's
bad
hear
beat.
it. Yeah. Yeah, write a song,
Well,
you know?
well-
I mean, until you do, you really can't judge, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like what you're saying right there. You know, when I'm making a piece of music and stuff like that, people don't know the, you know, emotions behind it. People don't know the situation behind the song. People don't know those kind of things. They just think maybe, you know, oh, he's just put. People have this common misconception about producers and stuff, saying like, oh, you make music on a laptop. What you do, press a button and the song's already made.
Yeah.
No, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
I'm sure.
And then people say, oh, you're a DJ, so do you make music? And then, no, DJs and producers are totally different things. A producer like oversees the operation and does that kind of shit. And, you know, like, and then DJs just play the music, you know, it's really, people really gotta think and do their research and stuff like that. If you're a fan of music, you know, if you don't really give a shit about music, don't bother, who cares, you know what I mean? But, if you're a fan of music and stuff, do your research and, you know, learn a thing or two. It's on the internet. It's here for everybody.
Right?
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and that's was my point too. Is really nobody does give a shit.
Yeah.
And they don't. People just like want to hear shit. They don't. You know, people that are not super fans like us, they don't have time for it. You know, they don't allocate time out of their day to fucking fan out about shit. They don't, because
They just-
you know, they are different. They got different lives. They got
They're busy watching Catfish
husband and
on
wives and
MTV
children
shit.
and fucking families, and they work 9-to-5 jobs, and they got fucking pets and all these things, and you know, they have everyday responsibilities that motherfuckers like us don't have. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we nerd out on shit because we're super fans about shit. We chose to like allow this to take up part of our life, and we sacrificed other things for these, you know, and so like people will never understand that.
Yeah.
They're never gonna.
I think that
you know.
I think that a lot of people will never understand, but I do think that there's a big chunk of people out there that are like hardcore heads that do love the music, that appreciate it, that know the culture, that know the future, know the past, know all the stories. So, you know, those are the people that keep it alive. And I think those are the people that we do it for. You know what I mean? So we're not forgetting all of you out there that have the love for the artists, because there are people. You know, I see them. I've seen them.
Shout out to all those people, man. Shout out to all those people.
Yeah, there's a little bit of everybody out there.
It's a rare breed. It's a rare breed.
Yes, yeah, nowadays for sure, because it's like you said, you know, people can't tell the difference between a DJ and a producer. People can't tell the difference between an acapella and a freestyle. People can't tell the difference between a fucking, you know, somebody who writes their own lyrics and somebody who doesn't. People can't tell the difference between a corporate artist and an independent artist nowadays, because the corporate artists are copying everything the independent artists do, but they have everybody else paying for it, you know? And it's like, there's so many levels to this shit. I think that's like also kind of like a turnoff for people, because people don't want to play politics. They just want to enjoy what they like and not have to be judged for it.
There's this like hidden layer now, I find. So a lot of people think they're listening to independent artists like these days, but in reality, that artist is probably signed to a major label, and they're just hiding the fact that they are. There's a lot of artists like that now, and the labels really just say to the artist, hey, we don't want, you know, we want people to think you're independent, so they'll be more likely to listen to you and stuff. There's a lot of like hidden artists like that.
That's some shady shit.
I feel like.
Well,
man,
and that's part of industry, you know, that's always going to be there. I mean, when it becomes a business, it becomes shady, no matter what. You know, no matter what level, because like business is cutthroat. That's why it's business. It's not a fucking, nobody's there to make friends. You know, you're there to make money. So I understand it, but at the same time, it's like when independent artists and labels start to turn that way, they don't even realize that they're becoming everything that was wrong with the industry
Very
before.
true, yeah. they're stepping in a whole new ball game. You know what I mean? They're stepping in a whole new field.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about something that we got into a little bit before we started recording. There's a passion that you have that goes beyond music, goes beyond video games, which you mentioned before, and that is thrift store shopping. Is that correct?
I love thrifting, man.
Okay,
I love it.
so do I, but I haven't been in forever. I stopped for some reason because I stopped finding good shit where I lived. But I found some great things at thrift stores.
It's definitely a problem, like in a small area, especially like mine. Like I have to drive like an hour or half an hour to get to, somewhere to look for shit and stuff. But it's all about the hunt. It's all about.
So what started this for you? Did you find like one dope thing in a thrift store on accident when you were just kind of walking around, or was it someone that you used to do it with in your family? Where did this come about?
Don't say Macklemore.
I'm gonna get into this thrift store. If you heard a Macklemore song and you started thrift store shopping, I'm not gonna judge you. All right, I'm gonna put that out right now.
It actually wasn't Macklemore. I didn't even think about that.
Okay, good, because I was gonna judge you.
Actually, I was watching these videos on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube videos in my spare time and stuff. And this guy, Paul Cantu, the thrift god, and he just, I don't know, he made it look so cool. Like he was finding like Nike, Adidas, Tommy Hilfiger, Polo Ralph Lauren, a lot of more like designer things that I really want to acquire in my life. You know what I mean? The finer things in life. And he was finding these things for the cheap. And I was like, well, fuck man, I can do this. So like, I wanted to go to my local thrift stores and see what they have. And sure enough, they do. Like, you never know what people like donate and stuff. I find Bathing Ape. I find, fucking Polo Ralph Lauren, like I said. I find like Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, it's just crazy. It's just nuts what you can find at thrift stores.
And what was the shirt that you just got recently?
This is I'm wearing it right now actually. The Givenchy polo. So yeah, I got this one. It's like a $600 or $500 polo, and I got it actually I think for like $2. It's crazy. And
that's so dope.
One time my friend actually bought, he bought a Bathing Ape jacket. Actually, you can probably see it right behind me. But, yeah, he bought the Bathing Ape jacket that's right behind me. And he's like, oh shit, I got this, like, Bathing Ape jacket. And he's like, I don't really know. I don't really rock it. It's kind of big for me. How much do you want for it? And I paid him $60 cash. I was like, I need it right now.
Nice.
So I didn't have enough money for a ride home, but it was good. It was worth it.
You got a dope ass jacket.
I got the Babe jacket, and that's what matters.
Hey, so
me and my
a lot of kids out here listening need to take initiative. I mean, Simtem sees something that he likes, and he says, "I could do that," and then he goes and does that shit. Yeah. Yeah. And if more people applied that shit, and they would realize like how easy stuff really is. You just have to apply yourself. That's really that's it. Anybody who says anything about success will say the exact same thing. They'll say, you have to just do it. You have to do it. You have to try it and just do it, because every time you don't, you fail.
Yeah.
You're just wasting time.
Yeah. I mean, like, every time you don't try, you fail. Every time you try, you might fail too, but one time you might make it, whatever. So it's like, you never know until you do it, You just have to do it.
I agree.
Yep. And he did it at 1% of the cost. So
yeah. And that's what's up.
Sure.
What's funny is, my girl does that a lot. She thrifts out here, but she does consignment stores that only sell like, designer shit. And she gets, she finds like crazy shit out here. She got a fucking $4,000 bag for, $300. And she got she's got like 4 Louis Vuitton bags, and she's got like all these things. She finds fucking so much shit. She finds anyways, I'm just saying, like, she finds a lot of shit out here, and she makes money doing that. And I think that, it's really a smart thing, because a lot of the shit she'll never go buy brand new. You know, I wouldn't either. You probably wouldn't either. You know, like it's really like
exactly.
I could never see myself spending any type of money on some shit like that. I just can't do it.
But $2?
But yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
exactly.
yeah, so you go you go do it smart and find a deal. I mean, out here it's kind of different. Out here it's like, you know, Beverly Hills, fucking all these places where, you know, rich people just throw shit away all day and like write it off on their taxes, you know, and
it's crazy.
Yeah, so out here it's like the potential for that shit is pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and my good friend Bryson always like go thrifting. We never know what we're gonna find, and he collects a lot of like sports shit. You know what I mean? You never know what kind of jerseys you might find too, like old school vintage
throwbacks,
sports memorabilia shit. Yeah, it's nuts, and you know, it's just a really good like hobby and stuff. And sometimes I resell some of the items that I get because I say, hey, you know, my friend might like this, so I sell it to him like I'll find a $50 like Adidas shirt, you know what I mean? And I'll sell it to my friend for like, you know, $10. You know, it's a great deal and it helps people out that don't have the money for those like kinds of things.
Yep.
You know, people don't want to spend $50 on a t-shirt. They want to, you know, if I'm going to hook them up with the same thing for like way cheaper, they want to do that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then everybody's looking fly. Your whole crew looks good, and everybody's just getting their dick sucked all the time.
Thrift store popping, baby. Thrift store popping. Bro, it's crazy. But the only thing I can't find in thrift stores are good shoes. Like I gotta go to stores for shoes.
Yeah,
I can never find ones there.
People beat them up before they donate them.
Yeah, exactly. And
my shoes are toast right now, and I'm still wearing them. So.
I'm a bit of a sneakerhead too, but I have like 20 something pairs. It's not that much, but you know, I almost got a pair for every day of the month, so it's pretty
nice. You're getting there.
Pretty good.
You're getting there.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah.
So what else is on Simtem's list of things to do?
Yeah, you've done a lot in the past 4 years. So let's say in the next year, like if we were to have you back in 1 year, what kind of things would you like to tell us that you've been up to? What are your plans to dominate 2017?
Ooh. Well, first off, I would love to collaborate with more artists. I have been collaborating with artists, you know, such as Blackstone here and Dubsky, King Peanuts, you know, give a shout out to them, and you know, Black Trash. But yeah, just doing more collaborations with other artists like hip hop, EDM, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Just making music with people that also make music too, you know what I mean? It's all about combining your style with their style and making something unique and interesting for people to listen to.
Definitely.
You know, other things would be like probably upgrading my studio, you know what I mean? Just upgrading my equipment to make better music, you know what I mean? You don't need any fancy equipment to make music. All you need is a laptop, but you know, whatever helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always good. It's always good to add on.
Yeah, it's an investment in yourself.
For sure. And yeah, that's a very good point. Like, I would just love to inspire other kids, you know, out there. It's saying like, you can do this. All you need is, you know, a laptop. All you need is a guitar. You know, go out there, do something with yourself, because you're only on this earth, like I said, for, you know, one life. And I think with that life, you should really, you know, express yourself to the fullest and be creative and have fun. That's most importantly. Don't take life too seriously. Have some fun with it, you know, do things that you have something in your mind saying like, okay, this is probably a bad example, but say you go to an amusement park or something. You want to go on that roller coaster, but you're definitely afraid of that roller coaster. You don't want to go on that roller coaster, but you know, you gotta motivate yourself and say, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna die by this, you know, and if I do die, I'll die having fun. But yeah, just ride that fucking roller coaster. Just, you know what I mean? I think that's a lot of, hope that motivates a lot of people. Hopefully people will get that.
Fuck yeah. That's great advice. coming from a 20-year-old man, you know what I mean? Like most people don't get that shit. So you've been lucky enough to have like positive, motivational people around you. And I think it really shows in, the way you live your life and the music that you create. You know what I mean? So amen a bitch to that. Those are some good life lessons for the kids out there. And I'm going to smoke to it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, I think a lot of people are standing on the sidelines worrying about what everybody else is doing instead of just doing shit themselves, The internet has changed a lot of things. People are living through other people now instead of just doing shit. And you're right, I mean, like, if there's something you want to do, you need to go after it and go do it.
I feel like most people live for their weekends, and that's the wrong way to do it. They just, they work their 9-to-5 jobs and stuff like that, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do, but then they don't have any hobbies. That's all they do. They go to their job, they come home, they watch TV, and then go to bed. And then on the weekend, they release all that kind of stress out at the club, at the bar, And I think a lot of people need to really value their time and do other things with it,
Yep.
Work that 9-to-5 job, but after that, don't go to sleep. Like
go work another 9-to-5 job making music.
Yeah.
Like life is too short to sleep like a full 8 hours. You know what I mean?
Or go for a hike or something. Go out and see nature, experience the world.
Yep.
Nature too. Yeah, definitely. Go for go for a boat ride with your friend. Your friend's got a boat. Go fishing. Go fishing. I think that's a good thing too.
There's literally millions of things out in the world to go experience,
Camping.
and people just lock themselves in a box.
Yeah,
And it's sad.
Well, I guess I sort of lock myself in my bedroom producing all the time, but that's excusable.
Yeah. As long as you're doing something that's going to go into the outside world, then it's fine. You can lock yourself in your box all you want.
Yeah, we do
For
podcasting every day.
Yeah, we're all in our own respective boxes right now. You see this?
I like my.
I like my box too. It's good.
I like it. It's a nice box.
Yeah, mine has everything I need.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Haha. All right, man. Well, we really appreciate you joining us, and I think that this was good for people that listen to your music and didn't really have a lot of like personal stuff to go by. Especially for producers, you don't have a lot of time to get your expressions out there in word form.
Yeah, most definitely.
Since I'm not a rapper, since I'm not a singer or a rapper, that people don't know, the real me. You know what I mean? They don't know how I talk. They don't know what I sound like. They don't know, things like that.
They don't know that you wear dope, expensive shirts that you get for hella cheap. I didn't know that. Now I do.
Well, I wear what I like. I wear what I like. It's not about. I'd say, it's not all about the brands though. At the end of the day, you wear what you like, and you just gotta rock what you think is dope. I like that. You know what I mean?
Gotta have your own style.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Simtem's style is sick, apparently.
Thank you, bro.
Sorry I burped right into the microphone. All right, man. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we will.
Thank you.
We will have you back in a year and see what's going on.
For sure. I had a great time with you guys. Talk to you later.
All right, peace.
Thanks, bro.
All right, peace.
Nice. That was nice. That was mad nice. I need to go thrift store shopping now.
I know.
It's all I can think about is the deals.
Yep. So many deals. Open. Remember that commercial?
No. I do not.
You don't remember?
Uh-uh.
It was like fucking JCPenney's or something, and the crazy mom would like go up to the door and sit there and be like, open. Trying to wait for the sales, man.
And then the door would open at 8:00 in the morning, and then she'd run in.
Yep.
Nice. I do not remember that. Was it Christy Alley that did it? Wasn't she like the face of JCPenney for a while?
I don't know, but I hope not.
Why would I know that?
I don't know. That's some strange facts.
Yeah, there's a strange fact from Mikey Booyah.
There's a lot of those.
Uh-huh. So, either way, whether that fact was, relevant to this show or not. Simtem is a dope dude. Makes some dope shit. We'll have a link to all of his music as well as the new track that you and him just did.
Word.
Fire emoji. That's what it's called, right?
Yep.
That's it.
Self-explanatory.
I always want to call it flame emoticon, but
Hey, it's that too if you want it to be.
I'm living in the past, I guess. You remember when emojis were emoticons?
Well, yeah. I
What-
think it depends on like what you use, PC or Mac or whatever too.
Emoticons was when you used to like type it out, like, colon. God, we're a fucking million years old. Never mind. Never mind, guys.
Yeah.
That's it. Have a good day. We love you.
Natural Habitat Recordings.